he's going to find a cure for autism. Um, One of my best friends texted me that today, and I usually try to stay out of these types of conversations just because I don't want to be screaming into the void, and there are so many different and better ways to communicate ideas a lot of times, but I just feel like I have to say something on this today for the sake of our autistic community. Autism doesn't need a cure. We aren't broken people that need to be fixed. The rhetoric surrounding all of this is upset. I mean, there's just so much work to do here in terms of understanding the autistic community. For those of you that are on the channel, like I live in Texas, but I'm currently not in Texas. I'm in Alaska right now. I'm on vacation, but I was so upset about the news today because first you take away DEI cuts. I'm seeing the comments coming in. It's just the rhetoric used of autism is increasing at an alarming rate. Okay, there's nothing to be alarmed about. There's nothing bad happening. There's not an epidemic of people that are messed up that we have to protect our children. And oh my God, we have to research how to stop this madness, how to stop this scary thing. It's not scary. Like, autistic people are some of the most incredibly kind, honest, empathetic, trustworthy, loyal, creative people in the world. We don't need to be cured or solved, or we just need to be understood. We need people to express empathy towards us the same way that we express empathy towards others. You want to help us stop defunding DEI, we need appropriate, affordable medical care. We need informed medical care. We need, I mean, when you start learning about the accommodations that autistic people actually need, they're so simple. They're so simple, and most of them are so free. They're so free and affordable and easy, and it's not gonna take all of this research and funding to figure out what the cause of autism is. Just listen to us and look at us and see us, and don't be scared of us. There's this thing that I'm feeling I need to speak out on right now is, like, the people in power are so scared of people that they don't understand. And there's nothing to be scared of. The differences bring us closer together. They help us connect and unite as communities. And they're just tearing so many communities apart. Like, not mine, okay? Not mine. Don't other us. Like, stay out of our community unless you're gonna start providing better healthcare for us. Unless you're gonna start helping people get informed. Do you know what happens when I go to the doctor? I have to weigh whether or not it's safe for me to tell the person that I'm autistic. And being autistic affects my medical care so much. It affects what I need and how I communicate and how treatment works and how medications affect my body. And I can't tell most medical professionals that I'm autistic because when I do, they start talking to me like I'm a child. And they start talking to me like I need to be babied and I need to be, I don't know, it's just, the solution is not to fix us. There's not more autistic people now. It's just people are telling their stories, and we're learning more of what autism is. And that's how I learned that I was autistic, is that somebody else told me their story, and my whole world opened up. And I love myself more now, and I love people more now because I understand how complex and beautiful our differences are. And the good news here is that this is such an easy solution. It's not months and months of research and funding, and it's just like kindness and asking questions and being curious about our experience. And going back to people in power just being so afraid of people who are different, I'm sure that autistic people make them uncomfortable when we flap and we stim and we look different, and you can't put us in a box. And it's like, oh, let's stop them from flapping, let's stop them from stimming. That's so uncomfortable to look at. Well, okay, so there's so many different reasons that we stim. One of them is when we're happy, but another one is when we're misunderstood. And we're trying to communicate, but people don't hear us and they don't understand us. And like maybe figure out why we're flapping in the first place, like ask us a question as a human being. Not like, oh, I don't flap, so they shouldn't. Stop. Stop doing that. It's weird. It's uncomfortable. It's not alarming. Do you know the cause of autism? It's diversity. It's the fact that as a species, we evolve and we change and we adapt, and different brains have always existed. We just have different words for them now. And again, I try not to insert myself into too many of these conversations because there's so much work to do that it's like I focus on where I want to go and not the problems. I focus on where we're headed because there's so much hope and growth and encouragement and support and love for the autistic community. But when it's on a national platform like this of how can we find a cure? There's nothing wrong with us. We need simple, basic human decency. We don't need people to be scared of us. Autistic people are my favorite people. They're my favorite people to spend time with. My kids are autistic. I don't know, my hand's like shaking as I hold this. Autistic people exist because the brain is a beautiful and complex thing and it changes. And like, praise God, we're not all the same. Praise God, we don't, or whoever you praise, praise the higher beings that we're not all the same, that we're not all RFK Jr. Like, I'm so happy for our differences. I'm so happy for my differences. And I'm so happy that I don't have to change myself into oblivion to like myself and to love myself. And it is good news because the answer is so simple. It's not millions of dollars of research and funding. It's just practice empathy, ask questions, like look at the other person as a human being. What do you need as an autistic person? What research would you like us to do? How can we better serve the autistic community? That is such a simple question. And there's so many things wrong about the way that they're going about this research because they're approaching their research with they're setting out to prove that it's caused by something like vaccines, that it's caused by something like a food that we can just take out of our diet. And when you set out to research something to prove a specific point, he fired someone last week who would not confirm that vaccines caused autism. He fired someone who wouldn't publish that because it's not true. So I'm asking people who are watching and listening, like, be aware that the people in power that are running these research initiatives ask questions like, what are they setting out to prove? Who are they using to do these studies? Who are they asking? Where is the money going? When you set out to prove something and then you fire people who prove otherwise, that's not truth. That's not answers. That's not growth. That's not progress. Autism rates are increasing not because there's more autistic people, but there's more people who know they're autistic. And that's a beautiful thing. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful that more people know that they're autistic because autistic people are beautiful. So just be wary of the research that you hear about and ask questions and use your gut. Trust your instincts. Question authorities in a respectful way, right? Like, I'm not saying anarchy, like burn it all to the ground. Just use your minds. Don't let people gaslight you and tell you that something's not true that you know to be true for yourself. Just like, if you want to help autistic people, stop defunding DEI. Stop making medical care so effing hard to navigate. And I mean, the amount of work that I have had to do as an autistic person to get my health needs met. And I mean, it's constant. It is a daily fight. And I'm in the middle of stuff right now with medical fights of trying to get to the bottom of health issues that no one understands because my body's so complex. You know what would be a good thing to research? Connective tissue differences in autistic people. Fund that, RFK, okay? Fund studying connective tissue differences in neurodivergent people and how that affects our bodies, our minds, how diet affects us, but not in a way that how diet can help us, right? Like, not how our diet is hurting us and things we can blame stuff on, but like, what about our diet can heal us and heal us in a not autism, but like, food is a healing thing and it can help us deal with the anxieties that we face of being a misunderstood community. Fund connective tissue research, fund, informed medical care, more training resources. There's so many psychologists out there that don't even understand how autism presents in women, that don't understand how autism presents in minority communities. Um, there's so many people walking so close to this car. I'm like, there's so many other places to stand than right here next to this girl on her diatribe. The solutions are simple. The accommodations are simple. Yeah, autism and immune systems. See in the comments now, autoimmune disease. Yeah, so okay, so I'm seeing in the comments my emotions. And I did think about that before I went live. I'm like, if I go live, I will be teary, and then people are gonna discount me because I'm an emotional woman that's on the internet crying about RFK Jr. Oh, I'm not even gonna listen to her. What she's saying is not even important because she's so emotional. And autistic people already have to mask. Like, I thought about this before I even went live. Like, I think about, okay, how do I have a tendency to mask? How do I have a tendency? And that's why I have to speak up about this. I have to use my voice. Like, I can't just emotions make us real, and if you're reporting me, whatever, like, you can't report me for having emotions on YouTube. That's, come on, whatever. I don't even like paying attention to those comments, but okay, here's another thing we can fund research for: emotional regulation, emotional maturity, emotional health. Understanding our emotions and learning to regulate them. Like, if the people in power could regulate their effing emotions, let's fund that. Let's fund emotional health resources for the people in power so they can learn what to do when they're mad. So they can learn that when they're mad, they don't take it out on other people. That's what we need, is leadership positions to understand how to emotionally regulate themselves, because the people in power, when they're angry, are taking actions that negatively affect people that they don't even know or see or understand. Do you know how you emotionally regulate yourself? You sit and you're still and you just listen. You stop trying to make the problem other people. You stop trying to outsource things and point like, that's what's wrong, that's what's wrong, that's what's wrong. You just shut up and sit still and pay attention to what you actually feel. Don't run away from it. And just learn how to accept yourself. Like, learn how to look at yourself in the mirror and quit pointing fingers at other people. That is courage. That's bravery. That's leadership. And the best, most influential leaders, in my opinion, have always been the ones that can take a back seat and can lead with quiet confidence and dignity. And I mean, there's a time to come to the front lines, but like, here's what they don't want us to know: we have the power. all of us together collectively, we are the ones that have the power, and they're freaking scared of that. I don't know what I can say on YouTube Live without getting cut off. They're scared because when we work together, we have the power, and we don't need them. When we have people in power on our side that are actively working for the good of the community, wonderful. It multiplies the amount of good and healing that can be done. But in the meantime, we have each other, and we have to listen to each other. And we have to trust each other's experiences. You can't think that you understand somebody else's life because you see it from a distance. Just sit and be with another person. Like, listen without forming something that you're going to say while they're talking. Listen and let there be silence. Ask questions. There's nothing wrong with autistic people. There are elements of our experience that do deserve research, plenty. But it's not to make us go away or for our autism to disappear. It's to help us cope, with the differences that come along with being autistic, how to navigate the workplace and relationships, and how to be accepted by society, where we could actually, be elected publicly in government, where people would not be scared of a neurodivergent person running for office. Like, how great would that be? How much cool change would we see with that? I mean, the main thing I just want to say is that there is hope. It's hard seeing the comments roll in. It's hard seeing the comments roll in because I don't like to be political, but like, I just felt about this, like, I have to say something. And I just want to say that if you're autistic, you're beautiful. There's nothing wrong with you. You don't need to be fixed. You don't need to be solved. You don't need to be cured. But you do deserve to be understood. You do deserve to be loved. You deserve to be respected. And you deserve to be seen and to take up space. Okay. Be kind to yourself today. And I just, for those of you, comments are, I don't like talking political, but just know I really do strive to see other people's perspectives and viewpoints, and I don't want to villainize. Like, there's no sense in villainizing people, But I just want our community to be heard, and I wanted our community to hear me saying that I love you. There's nothing wrong with us. We're in this together. And yeah, Buckaboo, I'm gonna enjoy my vacation. So let me show you this beautiful view I've got here. Isn't this gorgeous? This is so much better than worrying about politics. So I love everyone. Beautiful, beautiful people.